Financial freedom, it's a journey. Just like any other journey, you need a map. But you don't need any map. You need the right map. Because if you have the wrong map, you're going to have the wrong destination. If you have no map, you'll be lucky to find the destination. So in this journey to your financial independence, I want to give you the map, and that's what we're going to do in this episode. Welcome to this episode of the Affluent Entrepreneur Show, and let's give you the map to financial freedom. I'll see you in the episode. All right, what is financial freedom? What's financial independence? What's financial security? Okay, are they the same thing? See, here's what I see. A lot of people out there use the terms interchangeably, but they actually all mean different things. So, as we dig deeper in this episode, we're going to talk about this idea of the journey of financial to financial freedom, and I call that journey financial liberation. And so, here's how I want you to consider this. When we're working with people in the Affluence Blueprint, when I'm coaching people, when I've got them in the master's program, when I'm doing one-on-one work with them, the primary focus is for us to create a money machine, to create this machine that's going to actually spit off cash, that's going to allow us to live, that's going to pay our bills, that's going to give us the lifestyle that we want. It isn't, okay? It isn't, hey, let me save some money so I have it in an account, and then let me drain that account so I can go live and hope that the account lasts long enough that I can live the rest of my life. I think that is an old model, an antiquated model, and worked to some extent because there was a time in our history where we had this thing called pensions. Pensions don't necessarily exist. Pensions are lifetime income streams. You have to create your own lifetime income stream. That's the perspective. And I call it a money machine. Okay, it's your own ATM. Think about it this way. 2019, as you know, I was diagnosed with cancer, bladder cancer, and I shut down my businesses. And even though I shut down my businesses, it allowed me, I had the money machine in place. We turned it on. And when we turned it on, it started spitting out cash. It was enough cash to support our lifestyle, to support everything, to allow us to do the things that we need to do, to shift things without, and this is the important thing, without draining it so it couldn't produce more later on. This is the key. We live in a society that has a save mentality if you're a saver, because most people don't save. And you put money away for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. And then at that point you say spend. And you hope and pray that the money lasts longer than your life. But that's not a good strategy. So what I want to do is create a machine that's going to last, that I already know it's going to last my life. It's going to last my wife Stephanie's life. It's going to then pass on. The machine will be handed over to my son and to my granddaughter Emily to allow them to live off of what it is producing versus eroding it. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So the whole idea behind this is, how big of a machine do you need to create to find yourself at the financial freedom point for you, or affluence point for you? Okay, so I have a framework called the Freedom Journey that I'm going to walk you through. We'll talk about at each stage, what are the things that you need to have in place, or what are the things that it's going to cover, and at what level does that play? Because then at that point, it's about mathematics. If I know that I need $5,000 a month, or I know I need $10,000 a month, or $1,000 a month, it's just mathematics. Then once we do the math, it's about creating the machine. That means you got to go earn the money. You got to go build the wealth. This is why we have the generate, accumulate, and insulate stages in the Affluence Blueprint, is that we got to generate it. We got to then use what we generate to accumulate it in a way that is going to provide us the income, and then we have to insulate it so it can't be taken away. And so that's what we're trying to do with the Affluence Blueprint. It's what we've done with a lot of our clients. So let's jump to the Freedom Journey. And let's just talk about the 4 levels that you might find yourself at. And I want you during this time not to worry about what level you're at, but focus on what you need to focus on, what you should be doing at each level, and that way because things can change. Life changes. All right. So my granddaughter was born. My life changed. I started thinking different. There's another level that I need to go to try and support her or give her what I want to give her as her granddad. And so I think these are the things that we need to think about. So let's look at it. And at the very first level, when we talk about the freedom journey, at the very base level, what you have is what I call financial stability. Okay. And what that is, this is about, can I build a machine? Can I build a machine that gives me financial stability? Well, we can. And the question then is, what's financial stability? So financial stability, at this level, what you're doing is starting to create a machine that's going to take care of your necessities. It's just going to cover your necessities. That means that these are, some people will call it the four walls. That means it's your roof over your head, your shelter. It's the food in your gut, the food, medical, transportation, utilities. It's not necessarily the cable and the manicures and the pedicures and the lifestyle stuff. This is your survival. When I can create a machine that is paying for my survival expenses, then I have financial stability. So watch how this plays out. Let's just run some numbers for you in this. So if we look at stability in here, and stability is like I said, the necessities. So let's assume that your housing is costing you $2,000 a month. Okay, probably not in California, but let's say it's costing you $2,000 a month, and that includes utilities and medical. Medical is, I know it's more expensive than this. Let's just call it $500 a month, okay? With medical insurance premiums and that kind of thing. And then you're spending food. Let's say it's $700 a month for food and transportation. Your car is costing you now. Gas prices are going up, but let's just assume that all told is $500 a month. So here you go. You're at $3,700 a month. These are your necessities. Okay. At $3,700 a month. Now the question is, how big of a machine do I need to create to take care of the $3,700 a month? Because when I do that, now I've got my necessities covered. So now what is that machine? That machine could be rental homes. It could be a portfolio of investments and stocks. It's anything that what we're trying to do is leverage ourselves. If you've heard me speak before, I talk about this whole idea of the 5 incomes. It's the things that are leveraged away from you that it doesn't require you to run on the treadmill to make the money. So let's just assume, for argument's sake, that you're gonna get a couple of properties. I've got a friend that I've worked with, and he's built a portfolio of Airbnbs. So let's assume you're gonna get real estate to make this happen. If I had, say, three or 4 properties, let's just say I had 4 properties that are real estate related that are generating $1,000 a month net to me. Okay, so they're generating $1,000 a month. So I got 4 properties generating $1,000 a month. That equals $4,000 a month. $4,000 is more than $3,700. I am at the financial stability stage of the freedom journey, okay? And so what ends up happening is now you know that if God forbid something happens, your baseline survival is taken care of because you've got a financial machine that's taking care of you, okay? That then leads you to move to the next stage. When we go from financial stability, the next stage that we go to is this idea of financial security, okay? And this is something that a lot of people are starved for. I mean, whether you're employees or entrepreneurs, the fact of the matter is that financial stress is one of the largest stressors in the world today, okay? It's stressor on relationships, it's stressors on employees, and when we can solve that, when we can go through the Maslow's hierarchy needs and eliminate that level of stress, what we're really dealing with is this idea of financial security. And this is where we build a machine. Financial security is really about building a machine that not only covers the necessities, the things that we did at the stability stage, but it covers the rest of your living expenses. So now all of a sudden, you're looking at it and you're saying, all right, it covers my cable, my TV, my mani-pedis, car washes, all those things that are lifestyle stuff that you're spending now so you can continue your lifestyle. So for instance, we turned on the machine when I got cancer and our lifestyle didn't change. I mean, it did because of the cancer, but not because of finances. And so we want to build a machine, whether it's investments or real estate or a combination or intangibles that you're selling. And the portfolio design is a separate issue. We got to get the mentality around it that financial security is when you have a machine that is generating enough income to cover the necessities and your lifestyle expenses. Now, hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it covers your income. You might be making $10,000 a month, but if your lifestyle expenses and necessities together are only $7,000, then it's $7,000 that we're trying to cover, not the $10,000, okay? So financial security is level 2 that is focused on giving you security, because now if you decide to leave your job or you back off your job, you know that your lifestyle is covered. Lifestyle's good. Now, we have to be careful because lifestyles change. You know, you might get married, you might have a child, you might have a grandchild, all these things, medical issues. So we don't ever really want to stop at this level of just security. But security starts the path to peace of mind, okay? And then from financial security, we move up to this, to the third stage of this. And the third stage of this is all about independence. This is where independence comes in. People will talk about independence, but what is financial independence? Well, financial independence is really where now we're focused on replacing our income, okay? In other words, if you're making $100,000 a year or $120,000, make the math easy, $10,000 a month, I need to build enough of a machine that's going to generate the same $10,000 a month, okay? And when I do that, I have financial independence. I have choice. I can choose to work or I can choose not to work because that same income is being generated by the money machine that I created. That's what gives me the financial independence. Now, here's how this is a baseline calculation that you can do. It's really kind of a ballpark. So it's not detailed and specific to your circumstances, but it'll give you a benchmark to start with. And so what I would tell you to do is your baseline financial independence machine should be 25 times your income. 25 times your income. What that will do, if we build a machine that's 25 times your income. So if your income is $100,000 a month, a year, 25 times that is going to be $2.5 million. I need a $2.5 million portfolio because then I can draw 4% off that portfolio, and that's $100,000 a year. Now there's some nuances there with taxes and what that portfolio is, but it must be an earning portfolio. But that's the first space or place that you can look at if you just want to ballpark and say, where's my financial independence number? Well, financial independence is replacing your level of income. So what I need is a machine that can produce the same level of income. And so I start with a number of 25 times your income to make that happen. Now, that then leads us to the final stage of financial freedom. Is up here. They're not the same thing. Okay, independence and freedom are not the same thing. Financial freedom is all about the necessities, your living expenses, your income, all being replaced. But more importantly, it takes your vision for your future into consideration. Okay, financial freedom is the place where you have complete choice. And what I mean by financial vision. So one of the processes we do in the Affluence Blueprint is we at the very beginning do a process called the Affluence Visioning process, where we work with our clients to figure out what that lifestyle is down the road. What is the ultimate for them? And that might be something where they need, I don't know, $50,000 a month. Great. Now we know what we're building towards is a machine that produces $50,000 a month. So when we talk about freedom, we want to cover our lifestyle vision, our affluence vision with the income from the machine. This is where you have enough income coming from the machine that you're driven far more by the purpose and the value and your ability to be generous and give than you are with the mathematics of just surviving and coming up with a number. And so it really becomes this place where you say, I've got choice. I got choice whether I want to work. I got choice to do things. For instance, when this whole thing came about with the invasion of Ukraine, I had choice. And we made donations. I did a promotion. I matched the promotion. So for every sale we got, I took all the proceeds from the sale and I matched every sale to give to the Ukrainian people. And that was a choice that I had the blessing to make because of being at that financial freedom number, that it gives me the opportunity to do that. And this journey up these 4 stages is the process that I term financial liberation, okay? That the whole liberation part is the journey. And it's a journey based on your values. It's a journey that's based on your mindset. It's a journey that actually never ends. So truly financial freedom, financial independence, financial security, financial stability, they're all different things. And we find ourselves at these stages, different times in our life. And our focus is to one, understand what the number is. So at the financial stability stage, calculate your number. Calculate what it takes. Okay. Financial security, calculate your number. Financial independence, calculate your number, 25 times the income. Now you know. And now we start putting tactics and strategies in place because we know our destination. Too often we're saving, we're investing, we're doing things haphazardly, and we don't know what our destination is. Let's figure out where you are in these 4 stages and let's move you towards financial freedom. Let's get you on that financial liberation plan and process to make that happen. So if you want to do this, one of the things that I have is episode 24, talking about what to do with your cash. It's going to help you understand what to do with your cash $1 at a time. So it's helping you to build that money machine. So check that episode out and let's make it happen. I hope you found this of value. And if you have questions or comments or anything, do me a favor, leave a comment, DM me, send me a message. Maybe I even bring you on the show and we coach you live. All right. I hope that this served you and thank you so much. And let's stay on this journey to financial freedom together. And until we get a chance to chat again, may you always strive to live a life that outlives you. Cheers.